Carol Ofori, East Coast Radio.
It is Woman Crush Wednesday, and today we have another phenomenal woman who is a trailblazer in her community doing amazing things, but also in this instance, a very familiar voice. My guest today is someone who you know and love from the airwaves, but she's also making a powerful impact beyond the microphone. Through her non-profit organization, Hello Poppy, Jane Linley-Thomas is helping to celebrate, connect and support our elderly community through storytelling, creativity and meaningful human connection. Jane, welcome.
Carol Ofori, how's it, baby? So lovely to be back.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
Great. What was it like coming back into the building? I mean, this used to be home for like 20 years, was it for you?
Yeah, 20 years. I've got butterflies. It's so exciting to be back.
Right. And back serving in a different space, like you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I left East Coast almost 3 years ago, as I was saying to you, I didn't actually know where I was going to, but I kept having this calling on my heart every day that I woke up that I needed to get really stuck into the community.
Yeah.
And as I said as well, like getting up every day and being able to serve is just an absolute gift and a blessing that I do not take for granted any given day.
Now, here you are, Hello Poppy, but that's come from, like you're saying, there was this little thing that kept saying, work with the elderly. And now you are doing Hello Poppy. How did we move from Kindness Can, which was a very popular podcast around kindness and being kind to people, to now being kind to people through Hello Poppy? Walk us through it.
So I think, when I look back on my life as a little child, I remember watching my grandmother, my late gran, who left such a huge imprint on my life. And she used to work in the community in old age homes. So I think that seed was sown very early on.
Yeah.
And the more I looked at our community, the more I saw that there was this gap in the elder community because, I mean, Carol, the work that I've been doing for years without even knowing it kept drawing me back to the elders. I mean, in 2018 with Simon Carter, while I was doing the lunchtime show, we renewed Peter and Joe Ash's wedding vows.
Right.
And when we had our East Coast ladies lunch a couple of years ago, I brought an elder from Tafta with me.
Right.
So when I had the opportunity to create and be a part of a non-profit company, Hello Poppy, hello, the salutation, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And the poppy is the remembrance emblem. Because Hello Poppy is all around the emotional well-being, the joy, the dignity, and the celebration of our elders. Because I think that a lot of communities spends time on the youth, which is so wonderful. But let's not forget the generation that created that environment.
You're right.
So, Hello Poppy, I'm working again with psychologist and Dr. Bushell. We go into old age homes and we create opportunities within Tafta at the moment. We're on our 4th old age home where we go and create talk circles.
Yeah.
And we go and chat and we speak to the elders around really pertinent conversations, because what I've realized is that a lot of elders feel like they've lost their agency, that they become invisible with age.
Yeah.
And I'm saying we shouldn't be declining. We should be celebrating contribution because they are the greatest living storytellers of our time.
They are.
But there's also a problem here because there's an intergenerational gap because the youth don't know how to connect with the elders and the elders don't know how to connect with the youth.
And what do you think is causing that? Because it's not like you don't know your granny, you don't know your grandpa, and you can connect with them on a personal level. Do you think it's because society is driven more? I mean, as an African person, right? It's taboo to say I'm taking my mom to an old age home, for example. It's like, absolutely not. Your mom will stay in your house, whether it breaks your marriage or not, and she's telling your husband off every morning, and she's telling your kids the opposite of what you're saying. She stays in your house.
Yeah.
And today, more and more African people are looking at the options of an old age home, and I know for some people it's for other cultures that's part of aging. You go and visit your granny there, you bring flowers, you create a community there, whereas for some people coming into this new setup, that might not be the case. You just drop granny off and then maybe in a year or two you go and visit.
Look, the youth have the curiosity, and the elders have the wisdom. So again, there is such a beautiful opportunity, but maybe we have to remind ourselves how to communicate with each other. So that's why I'm inviting schools to get involved and say, hey, let's work on an intergenerational project together, like maybe a pen pal system where elders write youth letters and we can exchange letters again. I mean, imagine how cool that would be.
Yeah.
Again, it's simple stuff. It's going back to the humanity of what we were born to do, and that's to connect and to have a sense of belonging.
100%, to connect and have a sense of belonging. You said something also that was beautiful off air. You said, Carol, I was serving for so many years on the radio, and a lot of us doing this work, right, we don't realize that we are doing service.
Yeah.
And of course, you've had time to reflect and see how that service has now led you down a new path and listening to your calling at the end of it, right? Talk to me about like how you found your feet listening to a calling inside that you may not have understood in the beginning when it first hit you?
It was terrifying. I remember phoning my family and saying, guys, I'm resigning from East Coast Radio. And they're like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know, but I just have this thing inside of me. And if you're listening to the radio now, and maybe it's not even a calling as far as your purpose, but maybe you're in a relationship that's not serving you and it's really hurting you every day, you need to be brave and you need to back yourself and you need to listen. Because fortune favors the brave. I thought the hardest thing would be leaving East Coast, but that was actually, I was euphoric. The world was mine. 6 months in, when you've made that big shift, that's when you've got to lean into your courage. But purpose, regardless of what format that comes in, you've got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Must listen to that voice inside, because you can't keep suffocating it. It will keep coming to say, listen, brute, listen up here.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like Oprah says, it will come as a whisper, then it's going to come as a stick on top of your head, then you get hit by a bus, and then eventually you figure out that I'm not supposed to be here. I should actually go where it's fearful, and everything will come together and align. Because all we want in life is alignment.
Right.
We want to be aligned in our spirit, in our soul, in what we're doing, in everything. We don't want to be out of tune and disaligned.
And I always say you deserve to live a life that is full of deep joy.
Yeah.
You really, really do. And that Hello Poppy's tagline is joy doesn't retire.
Yeah, I love that. If you're just joining us, oh my goodness, honey, you are so late. We've been hanging out, okay? My in-studio guest, a familiar voice from the airwaves. Over 20 years of her life, she served behind this yellow and red brand, East Coast Radio. Jane Linley-Thomas. Now today you're serving in a different space. You're serving the wise, the wisdom, the cup that floweth over our elderly community via Hello Poppy, your foundation. Now, we were talking about how you found yourself serving here, then going ahead and serving the elderly community. And we touched on the Gogolympics. Talk to us about this. This sounds very fascinating.
And your face just lights up, because why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I think a huge part of Hello Poppy's work in serving and creating space for our elder community is collaboration. So we have collaborated with the Hillcrest Aid Centre, and when we got chatting with them, we heard about this group of gogos in the Valley of 1,000 Hills that collect every second week and practice for the upcoming Gogolympics, which happens on the 28th of August. We're up to 1,000 gogos. Okay, all come together and compete in Olympic-style activities.
That is crazy. And what are we doing? 100 meter sprint, shot put?
We are throwing balls into hoops. We are running. We are kicking. We are doing it all, actually.
Okay.
And when I actually started spending time with them and scratching around, because I love stories, it was amazing to me how these women are the glue of community. You speak about being an African woman and living with generational people in one home.
Yeah.
Different generations.
Yeah.
It's so inspiring to me, because these gogos, some of them in their 60s, 70s, 80s, early 90s, they are the glue that holds that home together. And a lot of them are raising children between the ages of 2 and 18 years old.
Yeah.
And when I ask them, what do you love about the Gogolympics? They say, to be around other gogos and have community. So there's our sense of belonging again.
Yeah.
To be able to move our bodies, move with meaning. There we are again. So this is so much more than just a happening. It's actually almost like an emotional lifeboat that these gogos get into. So we are fundraising for them. We started a beautiful photo exhibition last week, a photograph shot by the extremely talented Brett van Dort. I had this concept and idea of going into the valley and almost shooting almost like an old school Nike editorial type of look and feel with these gogos. So the portraits are up at Wazamoya at the Hillcrest Aid Centre. You can buy prints, you can buy cards. This is the first of our fundraising initiatives. If you're a corporate and want to be involved in the day, why wouldn't you want to be involved?
Right, where is
it
going to be happening, the actual
Hillcrest Sports Field.
Okay. And you buy tickets, you can come and watch like you would for the Olympics.
Please get in touch with us. We're going to need hands. We're going to need force on the ground. I'm meeting with the Department of Sport next week. I'm hoping we can,
make some magic.
I
like that.
So obviously the Gogolympics is the event, but beyond that, let's talk about sustainability. Let's talk about how we can support these gogos long term as far as grow gardens and irrigation. I'm seeing a gap here that we can help them with tips, tools, and application. This way, psychologist and Dr. Paul Bushell will come in. How do we help them raise their children? How do we give them opportunity to get skill set at the age of 80. I mean, do me a favor.
Right.
Let's support here.
Yeah.
So the Gogolympics is very, very exciting. We've obviously been working with TAFTA and our talk circles, and to Fem and the whole team at TAFTA, thank you for opening the door and allowing us this opportunity to create and hold space.
Yeah.
And then on the 18th of June, we are connecting with the I Wish Foundation at Bellevue in Kloof, and we are raising money side by side with I Wish to raise funds for cataract surgery for elders that don't have medical aid, and we can afford them the opportunity of having this life-changing surgery. So it's a huge fundraising. It's a beautiful dinner. We're going to have live entertainment and auctions. We are still looking for a DJ, just saying. So if you want more information of how you can get tickets there, please connect with me. We'd love to see you.
And how do we connect to you? Give us the website. How do we find you?
www.hellopoppy.co.za or hellopoppynpc on Instagram.
Okay, Hello Poppy. I was going to ask for the socials because some of us, that's where we live.
Yeah, of course.
The social media streets. So Hello Poppy NPC.
NPC, yeah.
Okay, right. Now, you mentioned also if people want to get involved, if they want to help, if they want to come and watch, if they want to support, everything hellopoppy.co.za as well as on the Instagram page.
Yeah, please, corporates, if you're listening, sponsorships and funding and partnership opportunities. Our elders need us, man, and they are so precious. I spent time in 2 old age homes yesterday, and it never escapes me that we get to learn from each other because our shared humanity is something that we have in common, no matter what age you are.
100%. And that leads me down to my final question. The last question always with Woman Crush is words of encouragement. You're walking your purpose, you're living your purpose, you're making an impact in the community beautifully, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
What are your words of encouragement to someone now who's saying, oh, you spoke about that fear, Jane, it's got me like a chicken. It's got me. It's choking me, that fear.
I've lived with fear before, and fear actually has a taste. It tastes like metal. It does. When you get so driven by fear and you put it into the driving seat of your life, I suppose, it's going to go back to kindness can stuff. It's like you've got to investigate that relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to drill down and really sit in the discomfort of asking yourself, like, what is going to make me happy? And look at what those roadblocks are. And most of the time, the thing that's stopping you is yourself.
Yeah.
So believe in yourself, love yourself, and remember that you're so deserving to have a brilliant, beautiful, bright, shiny, joyful, delightful, happy life, man.
I love it. You've wrapped it up beautifully, Jane Linley-Thomas. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gogolympics happening 28 August, you said?
Correct.
And it's also 18 June. You're also doing something special with I Wish Foundation, right?
Correct.
To get that cataract. So remember all the details, everything you want to get involved. hellopoppy.co.za or Hello Poppy NPC on Instagram as well. And of course, you can follow Jane for more. Jane, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for the time and the opportunity. I love you dearly, Carol.
I love you too. Bless you with all the work you're doing and continue to shape the communities that everybody tends to forget about, like you're saying. Thank you again. That's Jane Linley-Thomas.
Carol Ofori. Weekdays 9 to 12 p.m. East Coast Radio.